Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Hazel and it's Hazel Anaka Design. This is going to be a quickie video. I'm trying to get a bunch of videos done and scheduled before my little getaway. And I also am trying to, deal with some things that are piling up here on the desk. So you may remember that I did some faux leather a little while back. And I had all those pieces, in a variety of colors, using a variety of file folders, a variety of colors, a variety of different finishes. And so I had some small pieces. Now I think I did an Instagram post showing some of the finishes that I chose. I had these little cutoffs, and of course they are very cute. These two in particular feel so soft. Now this was not really a file folder. It was more like a, not a duotang, but sort of just a report cover. This was, I think, similar. This one especially is not quite as soft. But when I was away at my retreat, of course, in any hotel you get these little things, vanity kit, shower cap, a bar of soap. So I, of course, took them all home, cut off the edges that weren't required, so top and bottom, and the fourth side here. And then I looked through some papers. Now, again, I'm sorry, I don't know where this digital came from, but I thought between this bluey gray and these colors that it could work on the inside. Now, I used art glitter glue to glue these papers down, and I did them slightly bigger than the little box was, and kind of, a bit of a raggedy edge. I also inked them, which I don't always do. And as you can see, I also folded them. Now, we know that, if this was some sort of a gigantic project, and the proper way, the way that gives better results is to cover something with three pieces. So this, and the spine separately, to avoid some of these tiny little creases that occur here. Now this is actually lying down pretty well, so I'm okay with that. And I don't know if it worked better than usual because I used art glitter glue as opposed to a glue stick. But I just wanted to show you that, something simple and free like this, a paper of one's choice, and, these sorts of office type supplies can really create something quite beautiful. So all I intend to do here today to take this to the next step is glue these things together. Now this one will be the easiest to piece together because it's slightly bigger. And again, the outer part is bigger than the inside paper, and of course bigger than the the actual box. I'm thinking that because there is some stability and strength to this faux leather, that it will be just fine. And I think maybe because this is so textural, maybe I should let this Fabri-Tac, maybe I should use that to hold it all together. I also have a little more grace time to make sure the positioning is correct. Now, of course, it doesn't matter at this point Oh, let's make sure I have the right side out. It doesn't matter at this point which is the front or the back. You know, neither one of these are directional, so maybe I like this little bumpy part here more, so that can be the front. And of course, excuse me, this spine is 3/4 of an inch. So it can be kind of a fat little book if we want it to be. But again, you know, there are some of us that are just enamored with, you know, tiny things. So basically all I did on this was use some distress ink, you know, that sort of, excuse me, sort of brushed it on, and that made, of course, it makes contact at the higher points, and, you know, it is pretty subtle. Now, I haven't treated it with a final coat of anything. Certainly, I could and probably will use matte medium at some point. But at this point, I just want to put this together because somehow a completed cover seems, you know, that much closer to a completed project as opposed to these pieces lying around much longer. Boy, that's not flowing very well. Okay, check one last time to make I've got the right side out. And of course, I can continue to add color to the front of the booklet, front of the little journal, if I want to, plus whatever other decoration. So at this point, I'm just using my card to smooth this down and try to make really good contact. Now, I will not fold this until it has a good long time to dry, probably overnight. And I'll just continue to do that. Excuse me. A person can have sorry if I bumped the camera. A person can have a perfectly okay voice until you hit play on your phone. And then it all goes to you know what. Now, I don't think it really matters. Maybe this is probably too big. Let me just make sure I've matched these guys all up with their right. And again, the amount overlapping on each one doesn't exactly seem to be the same, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. This one seems to be the biggest. Like, what the heck? I should have kept them together. This is a little ridiculous. People. Oh, maybe that one's better. Now, is this one going to be okay? One of these, boy, you know, I could have written a number at the back of them or something. This guy here seems to be the problem, a little too big. But, okay, I'll leave that one for last. And I am trying to put a bit of glue right along that papery edge as well, so that we have some contact there. I hope that you are well. I hope that you're crafting. I hope that you're staying off the streets and out of trouble. You're far better off in your craft room than almost anywhere else. And in case you haven't seen it, my new mantra, a creative mess is better than tidy idleness. So that's where I'm coming from, baby. Same scenario. Make good contact. Now, when you end up with such a tiny surplus of material around, it's, and something, you know, that is kind of fibrous like that paper that I'm using as a cover, it is almost impossible to trim a teeny tiny bit off because it, well, you know, sometimes it's hard to do that just with regular paper. Never mind something that is, you know, thicker and with a different weave. Maybe I should just take a hair's width off this. Now, of course, it's not going to be torn like the others, but with a little bit of that's better, I would say. Okay, let's glue this baby down, and then I will be able to let you go. And at some point, I'll probably, well, I'll either decorate these and add signatures with or without you. But I just wanted you to know that no matter how small this, if you do the faux leather thing, no matter how small the piece is that you end up with, because I ended up having to trim, you know, because of the way file folders are. And if you, through your job or whatever, have had to attend conferences and workshops and whatever and get, you know, some resource material to bring home, when you're done with it, it's a good way to use up some of those folders. Give them new life. And it, the faux leather thing, sometimes I'm not the greatest at linking stuff, but I will try to link that video because it was very satisfying to do. Very satisfying. And I love the look of this. I wish you guys could feel this. Now, this paper was fairly thin, so it sort of abraded the surface. And, you know, a person might think, well, that really weakened it. And perhaps it did, but it also really softened it and added all that interest to it. Now, I suppose if I wanted to darken it up a smidge, I could just use my slightly dirty brush here. This is the one I use for all the browns. So it just, you know, it continues to give it more character. And you can see that little fibers are still rubbing off it. Okay, let's glue the last one down. before this nozzle gets even more reluctant to cooperate. I hope that if you are a new viewer and you've found your way here by accident or by the trail of breadcrumbs I've left or by referral, that you find something that, you know, you're finding something that adds value to your experience or to your day, then I would very much appreciate if you would subscribe, like, comment, and it's also very helpful if you do a kind of an introductory comment saying, oh, I'm so-and-so, and I'm a new subscriber, and I'm here because of, and then whatever your story is. That is, I find that interesting, and it also tells me, you know, what strategy is working out there. So again, I'm sorry I can't fold these, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. But I think I glued that to the wrong side. That doesn't look like I've done anything to it. So I'll have to do something. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So this is what I've got. I don't have I had these out earlier for something I was doing. Maybe I'll try, since we probably have a moment. I like this blueprint sketch, but maybe I'll just try a dirty brush first and see what happens. So you can see that there's enough color just lying in these brushes that sometimes, you know, that's just the little touch you need. Now, because this extends beyond, you know, those corners will take a little bit of a beating over time. But again, what's wrong with that? Now, if I wanted to deepen this further, too bad I can't get at it. I have in this Ranger ink, I have, is it called Dove Gray? Something to that effect. So I could try that. Black would probably be too harsh. Or I could also try other shades of blue. But for now, I will leave it at that. This kind of looks more periwinkle-ish. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop there. I hope you try the faux leather technique. It is so very satisfying. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.